Hi guys, I'm back today with a beautiful coach Jenny. Jenny, welcome to our show. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me, Lenka. I'm excited to be here. I'm doing great. How are
I
you?
am I'm great, thank you, and I'm loving your accent. I know you're from Sweden originally. How did it
Mhm.
happen that you ended up in California?
Yeah, what a good question. Um, yeah, it's a funny story. It's really because way back when I was 12, I decided I was going to move to America. I didn't know why. I just had this feeling, this kind of calling inside of me that I get to go here and create something magical, a part of my journey and my legacy journey. And so I was 12 and I decided. And so I went back here visiting a friend when I was 16. I came the first time when I was 16 and I fell in love with California, decided to come back, applied to start school here. So I wanted to be an MFT, a therapist first, a marriage and family therapist. So I looked at the program in Sweden. I didn't really enjoy it. And I thought, why don't I take this opportunity, go for it, go to United States. I get my degree in America and I decide if it's for me. And so I did. And the rest is history.
The rest is a history. You became a coach, and then you had how many? Four children? And
I
then you
have
went,
4 children. Yes.
yeah, and you took a little break, and then you went back to coaching, and now you are growing your business, your online coaching business so successfully, and so it's just booming for you, because I know there are some countries that are now looking into your programs and they are being translated into different languages. So tell us, how did that happen? What led to that?
Wow, Lenka, it's just hearing or thinking about this story makes me almost choke up because it's so powerful and really a testament of what we can create when we really focused on our vision and our passion and what we want, our whys in the world, right? So for me, wanting to go to America and find myself here, I guess, when I was 12 and then making it happen and really taking committed action, no matter what that looked like, led me to come here. And then, but when I was in school and getting my degree for psychology, I discovered coaching back in 2016. So actually, after I graduated, I decided to continue with coaching instead of going for my master's. So I started a business and then I got my first daughter in 2008 and had a difficult pregnancy. So I had to take a step back and be on bed rest. And then my second daughter came, and then my twins came 6 years ago. So I didn't work for a few years because it was crazy. I was breastfeeding and then taking care of a 3 and 5 year old. It was crazy. And I felt during that time that there was still something very important to me that was missing. So I love my kids more than anything. We are a big family and we love to do things together. And I also felt that that calling I had when I was 12, that I wanted to change something. I wanted to create something in the world, not just me and my immediate surrounding, but on a bigger scale. Dad made me really look into coaching again. So yeah, I started going back to coaching a few years ago, and now I'm creating this amazing academy for business builders where I support women to really hone in on their purpose and building an impactful and profitable business around the lifestyle that they want. Because you can have both, and that was really the thing for me. That stopped me. Like I can't be a mom and an entrepreneur, but that's really not true.
I am so happy to hear all of that. Well, number one, we just did in my group on Facebook, we just did a coaching video on Monday, and it was exactly about this, both and living in the possibility, how that look if you could have both, right? And so that's just a side note. But I'm loving that you are a mom of four and you have a beautiful family and you get to build this business around your family. I know how hard it is. Trust trust me, I've done it. I know, Jenny, what you've been through. You got here, you established yourself, you created this beautiful family for yourself, and now you're creating this wonderful business around it. You can have it all. Why I wanted to start with your story is because that's what you teach to people when they first want to start a business. And the truth is that we all come with different set of skills, different story, different life we've lived to the point when we are starting the business. And that is very, it's almost like a gift, almost like a treasure that we are bringing with us to our business. It's what makes us unique. And you help people to kind of see that beautiful gift, that beautiful treasure that they have, because many times we don't realize we have something really powerful to say, but we do. So how do you do that? How do you work with your clients? How do you help them work with that story, discover that story, help them with that vision that they then have, they create a business around? How do you do that?
Wow, that's such a great question too. I love this. Actually, how this came about, Lenka, was when I got back to coaching. I wanted to start up my business again after my kids started school. I got into this world of marketing and online business, and I felt lost and overwhelmed because there were so many different programs out there. And I'm a lover of learning and love to grow. So I sign up for kind of everything because I want to hear everything. I want to learn everything. And I just want to be immersed in everything. And what happened was that I found that there were a lot of things I signed up for that weren't really what I needed or where I was on my journey.
Mhm.
Not that there was anything wrong with those programs. It wasn't where I wanted. So I thought to myself, like, how can I learn this in the most simple way? I need a simple way that's simplified, an overall view of the journey to create a business that you love to wake up to. And I didn't find that anywhere. So I decided to create my own academy. That's where my idea started from. It's like having everything from A to Z that's needed, but also the mindset part that I felt was really missing in the other programs. So that's how I kind of structure my academy and also my business builder programs, because I have done a 12 module set that's now being translated and sold to other parts of the world. And this is taken the journey from the be, do, and have. So we look at the overall picture of who we are and what's our mission. What kind of life do we want to live? And our business is a great and important part of our life, and also our children and our spouses and our friends and our life in general. So that's really where I'm supporting women especially create lifestyle businesses, because that's really how can you support yourself, have a thriving business and a thriving life. Mm-hmm. So that's what I center. Those three pillars is the be, do, and have. So we talk about the B's, the inner entrepreneur. What's the mindset? Who do you get to be to really live a full life? And also have your business as a part of that. And then we talk about the actions, what strategies needed to help you get there. And then what resources do you already have and what's needed to maybe add. Maybe you need another certification, or maybe you need to do collaborations with someone. What's in the gap of you being where you are to where you want to go. Mm-hmm. So and then we created a simplified 12-step module program where we go from start to finish and really hone in on the vision and the why first. That was a long answer, but did I answer your question?
Absolutely. This is perfect. This is wonderful. So if moms are watching right now and they want to start their business, maybe they have a great idea, maybe they already have a vision for what they want to be doing, what would be the top 3 advices, or what would be the top 3 tips you would give them before they get started? What do they need to pay attention to?
Yeah, so that's also a super good question. And I was thinking about these 3 tips because in my own interview series, I also asked these questions, like what are the 3 main ones for me? And I think it's going to be different for everyone. But the overall arch of starting a business and really creating your own legacy in the world comes with your vision and your mission. What is your purpose? Why are you really here? What is it you want to accomplish? When you're 90 and looking back at your life, what do you want to have remembered that you have done from then you're born to that time? And that, because that really changed the way I was thinking about things. Before I was like, I had a vision, I'm going to go. But when I really sat down with it in my heart and listened to, what do you really want to create, Jenny? The vision came to me of empowering women to really create their own legacy and around their business. So the first one is always getting in touch with your vision and your why. And this is not only important because it's the foundation of what you want to create and how you create it and what actions you take, but it's also important because, especially for moms, when we got off rail, when the kids are sick, homeschooling, COVID, everything got thrown off the rails, right? Last year, we got to pivot. Being a mom who's already busy was like what do you call it? Like an added stress. Mm-hmm. So if you choose to look at it that way. So really helping yourself and get in touch with your vision and your why will help you move through those challenges situation a lot more easier. When you're connected to your vision, anything is possible. And the second one, so good. It's really being the boss of your own calendar. I did not do that. I was not a boss on my calendar. I let my calendar be the boss on me. Mm. So really flipping the shift and deciding these are the hours I'm going to work weekly, and how many hours a day will I do, right? And then what would get to fit into those hours, and anything above that, when it's time to pick up the kids from school, that's the time I stop. So what can I do realistically in that time frame? So I have time to be a mom and I have time to focus on my business. Setting your expectation really realistically is part of that. And the third, well, this is the big one too, but it's really about taking action, committed action. I'm an overanalyzer. I used to be in the procrastination stage because I'm like, oh, I have so many options, but how do I know which one I want to take? And what it comes down was pick one and take committed action. And then you can pivot and change along you go, but just go for it. Take action on whatever it is you want to accomplish.
That's perfect. And as you speak, especially the second one, be a boss of your calendar, I can so relate to that because I tend to overcommit and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm just stressed out, all that stuff. That was a huge one for me. So tell us, what does the typical day in Jenny's life look like? How do you manage it? How do you create your day?
Yeah, so it actually started with a morning routine. Mm-hmm. Things started to shift for me once I had a routine down. So I'm a visual learner, and we're people of habits. We like habits because it gets kind of ingrained in our body, and it makes us feel safe, and we're like getting into this momentum when we have routines. So the morning routine is waking up and getting ready. And then waking the kids up, breakfast, packing school bags, setting up the school things, and then driving them to Learning Pod. That's now with COVID, but before it was school. The younger ones and the older ones are still at home. And then I get back home and I do my journal. I have a really cute journal that I write in every day, and I set my affirmations, my intention for the day. And I look at the schedule, it's like, because it's already been scheduled what I'm supposed to do that day, and I follow it to a T. Mm-hmm. And that's really, and then I even schedule things like exercise. Before, I used to exercise whenever I had time in my calendar, which I never did, so I didn't do it. And once I fit it into my calendar, it said between 12 and 1 every day is when I'm doing exercise. So that's when I did, and it changed completely. Yeah, and then I work. I do client calls. I do interviews as well, and I do trainings, business builder trainings. And then I get off at 4, and that's when I pick up the boys, and then from school, and then I hang out with my kids until the evening and do homework and all that stuff.
Sounds like a dream life to me. And I'm pretty sure that for people who are watching, who are coming from the corporate, these ideas and this schedule of yours and this dream life of yours looks like, how can I have that, right? How can I create that? So Jenny, I know you brought a gift with you today, and I would like to hear about that and how that gift will help people make that decision, make that first step, and get started.
Oh, yes. I have quite a few gifts, but I thought long and hard about your audience, Link, and I wanted to offer something that had to do with the vision, because it really starts with a vision. For me, if you're not clear on your vision and your why, everything else won't feel the same, and you might fall into the trap of procrastination or choosing something, or taking too long to choose something, or choosing something that you feel is wrong. So the vision is really going to be the guiding post for you in your life, just in general. So really creating even the mission statement or vision statement, right? So the vision clarity blue sheet that I've created helps you figure out your why, what's your vision in life? Why is this important to you to start a business or create this idea and make it into your legacy, like your summit is about, right? And then what qualifies you really to support other people with this vision? And that's where your story comes in. You were talking about that in the beginning, how important, because we're all unique and we're all special in our own way. There's only one you. Yes, there could be 7 billion. I always say this to my own audience, could be 7 billion coaches out there. There will be no one like you, because you bring your passion, your ideas, your beliefs, and your expectations, and all your learning and knowledge and wisdom that you have learned since birth into this process. So becoming really clear on your unique story is going to be immensely helpful when you do marketing and you do create your vision even, but also when you're supporting your clients on your calls. So the second part is the of the 3-step process is the unique story. And then once you know that, then you can start honing in on who is your ideal client that you want to support. So this vision clarity blue sheet is really the foundation that can support you to really become clear on who you want to work with and how.
Perfect. 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 Thank you so much, Jenny, for your time today. I am really grateful for everything you shared with us today. I'm glad that you brought in the light on mommies get to do this too, even though you have children, you have a husband, you have family, you have a house, you have all kinds of other things to juggle. You get to be a successful businesswoman as well, and you can do that. So Jenny is a living example of that, and I'm sure will be available for any of you ladies who want to reach out and who want to find out how she's done it and how it's done. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will share Jenny's link to her gift in the group and also in your emails. So look for that and play with that vision. Find out what that vision is for you, and like how your story is really unique. Something magical happens when we start writing things down. It's like somebody once told me, like your pen, it's like antenna to the universe. And so whatever you're writing, it's like connecting you to the higher power and then bringing the things that you want, that vision that you have for yourself into life, into this dimension of material world. So journaling and working with those beautiful gifts that our speakers like Jenny are bringing to you is very, very important. I will leave you, ladies and gentlemen, with that. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Jenny, again.
Thank you, Lenka, for having me. It was a pleasure meeting you and the audience too. I would love to hear from all of you.
Yes, and we will see each other tomorrow. Have a great day.